What is up, my peepholes? This is your guy, Cly, and welcome back to Budget Buys. Now today, what I want to take a look at is something a little bit different. And that something is night lights. Specifically, night lights intended for adults, because Halloween is just around the corner, and I know a few of you are watching horror movies even though you're pretty bad with them. Though of course these aren't just intended for those who are a little bit startled by things that go bump in the night, because personally I love these things and I can watch the goriest of horror movies and sleep like a baby. Instead, I'm just tired of stubbing my toe in the dark. So when Vont reached out asking me to look at some of their products, I immediately gravitated towards the night lights. And in fact, they actually sent me 2 boxes of these things, but one of them's kind of already been distributed all around my house. I've put a few in the hallway, I've got some in the kitchen above the countertops for when I want to get a glass of water. Heck, I even put one near my front door because I sometimes come home when it's dark, and I'd rather not stumble over my cat when I'm trying to get to the lamp. But enough about what I'm doing with these things, let's take a look inside the box. For inside the box you receive 6 of these nifty little night lights. Let me go ahead and get that out of the way. And this is what the night lights look like outside of their little baggie. And I've gotta say, I really like it. Around the outer edge you have a diffuser which allows it to illuminate the entire room without being so bright it's blinding in the middle of the night. And in the center it has a light sensor, which means these turn themselves on when the lighting conditions are right. And it's calibrated in such a way that it doesn't automatically flick on the moment the room gets kinda dim. It has to be pretty dang dark, and I'm glad they did that because I've used similar lights in the past that I picked up at the dollar store that would turn on immediately whenever things got just a little bit darker than average. Not to mention those dollar store lights had a single low power LED inside. Now sadly my recording lighting is a little bit too bright for me to be able to kick this on just by covering the sensor, but give me a second. Alright, this is unexpected. Usually when I turn off my recording lights for a demonstration like this, my camera compensates and kind of ruins the effect a little bit. But in this case, the light is bright enough to force my camera to compensate in the other direction. I like it. Based on what I'm seeing, there are 4 LEDs, 1 at each corner, and then you have the diffusion ring on the outer edge, which is going to smooth out the light, as you can probably see. And that keeps things from getting very harsh. Also, I failed to point out earlier that the light sensor isn't just a simple on-off switch, instead it acts as a bit of a dimmer. So if I bring my hand in to reflect some of the light back at it, it's going to get dimmer here and the camera is going to compensate accordingly. But if I take my hand away, the light gets brighter. Also, the light is bright enough that I can illuminate an object and my camera won't absolutely hate it. So, as you saw in the previous demonstration, these lights are bright enough to illuminate a room, but at the same time, not bright enough to blind you after your eyes have adjusted to the dark. Which is great. I know I'm not the only person to flashbang themselves when checking the time on their phone in the middle of the night. And if you're wondering how much this little kit's gonna set you back, well, it's only $12 on Amazon for a set of 6 lights, so that breaks down to $2 per light, each one of which functions infinitely better than the $1 lights I've used in the past. And if you like what you've seen here, I'm gonna go ahead and pop an Amazon affiliate link down in the description below, that way you can pick yourself up a set. And even better, using that link doesn't cost you anything extra, but it does support the channel. And on that note, I need to get back to working on the dice for the upcoming DIY video, so until next time, this is your guy, Cly, signing off.